Maybe it's not that conductor does so many things and everyone depends on what he does all the time. Not really. But then comes next, most difficult, but also more rare combination, when conductor takes risk and really wants to create something. It's a mystery of this professional activity between conductor and orchestra. Headquarters of the Communist Party in Leningrad, nobody knew of me. The man who was #1 asked me to come. When I entered his room, he was, it's not even a shock. He said, he's so young, protesting that this man can take Kirov. I was 34. People, maybe 500 people then, voted for me. Opera company, chorus, orchestra, which is a big orchestra, and ballet company. Some people didn't even know me so well. But they sensed I was focused on the Mariinsky. I was blessed.
А бурый волк верно служит, там ступа с бабой идет, бредет сама собой. Там лес и долгий день и пол. Нет! Не
Нельзя
так.
перебивать. А как дальше?
Там лес и долгий день и пол. А как?
Как дальше?
Я забыла. Конец. Конец.
А как?
Конец. Мы дальше не выучим.
Там я был.
И там я был, и мед я пил, у моря видел дуб зеленый, под ним сидел кот ученый. Свои мне сказки говорил, а да, я помню сказку эту, поведаю теперь я свету.
It was Pushkin.
Did you teach them the poetry?
No, I don't think I have much time to spend to teach. It's you know, everyone except myself is spending time. But I'm coming and then they're ready to demonstrate. That's the important thing.
А Тамарочка рассказала?
No. He's already spending 2 years playing chess. Chess is good for your logic, your brain. So I think, but maybe he will be artist, I hope. Ты кем будешь сам? Может, артистом станешь? Или ты еще не решил?
Я буду водить пароход.
Уф.
Большой.
Okay.
Лайнер.
It's ocean liner. He wants to maybe he wants to be a captain. You know, that's new for me. Ocean liner. He insists it has to be very big. They were extremely upset that they couldn't convince me to come. So I told him that, well, maybe we'll find 1 or 2 days. And then you become even more busy. So that's a magical circle where you don't know how to get out. You want to get out, but then something drives you again to get in. And more and more and more, and you go like this. Basically, they're in good hands. So the influence of my sister is very, very big because my wife is very young and my sister is, of course, very close to me and my mother. So we make sure that continuation is kind of guaranteed.
It's very alive. The process is 99% unpredictable. You come and you hear, then you react. Of course, I feel very much at home here, because being a boy, I spend much time in the mountains, and they have such a fantastic power. I'm always intrigued to be anywhere near this fantastic. Everything is driven somewhere, and I think it's good for a musician, for artists, to experience it as much as possible. The snow up there sometimes becomes the most dangerous factor of the life here, because every now and then, maybe every 10 years, every 25 years, it can just suddenly go down and crush everything on its way. It's a mystery link, mysterious link through the centuries, which maybe we feel here, maybe we feel here, maybe we feel around us, that it's some, call from our grandfathers. Understanding what I should do, I think his influence was the biggest. Unfortunately, my father died when I was 14, and my mother was very young, she was 40. So it was very, very tragic, still the most difficult time of my life. And we hope that all together we did certain things, and these things were done a certain way, the way he would approve. He would maybe all together find right rather than wrong.
А потом он его и к оркестру стал выводить. Вот тогда Валерий Гергиев, маленький Валерик, уже начал, так сказать, показывать себя. Не все заметили это. Вот вы видите, это как огнедышащий вулкан. Вот такой он был и в детстве.
It was Yuri Timerkanov who attended one examination in the conservatory, and in the typical manner for him, he told me, "You will be my assistant." So in 1977, I became his assistant at the Kirov. He immediately, decisively gave me some very, very important parts of repertoire, Mazeppa, Romeo and Juliet, Prokofiev, and especially War and Peace to be his assistant, but to conduct the performance, quite a big thing for a 24-year-old conductor.
He's the founder and artistic director of the Stars of White Nights Festival, which is held each summer in St. Petersburg, and also of the Moscow Easter Festival, which is held each spring in Moscow, and the Mikkeli Festival in Finland.
Playing of modern orchestras normally is very, very good. Doesn't mean it's always very interesting. Good, successful, one can also say safe, which is not only a compliment, not always a compliment. Safe doesn't mean incredible. Oh, here is Anna. So look, I will call you and I'll reach her home, okay? Bye-bye.
Look at all the champagne.
Как ты?
Хорошо.
Красавица. Садись здесь, я пойду. Садись вот здесь.
Скажи.
Все, здорово, как хорошо, что пришла. Не, да, я тоже все. Вчера здорово был, я вчера в Филадельфии, у меня был концерт.
Хорошо?
Да, здорово.
А у вас интервью?
Нет, они снимают интермишн.
Окей.
Да. Ну, вчера опять. Как классно. Супер. Not to believe, the concentration of talent here was nearly unbeatable. No, it doesn't hurt if you have young Stravinsky coming to a lodge because his father was singing in the Mariinsky. He was a leading bass. Tchaikovsky was still going to the theater, and Stravinsky was already being a boy with his mother, and he must say, "Igor, this is composer Tchaikovsky. I want to introduce you to him." Tchaikovsky stopped. That was quite a shake hand. Huh? In the West, you have board of directors come together, discuss, make decisions, raise money, act, do something. A music director most probably will wait. In the best case, he will participate. I don't think he will lead. It's very rare. In my case, it was clear. It was zero bureaucracy, unique. It was 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's why in 9 months, from the moment they started to build, we made first a
doesn't hurt if you have two powerful ministers being a little bit romantic about Mariinsky. Yes, we're friends, but why we're friends? We're not friends because they are ministers. We're friends from the days when I was much more known than these two. I was already artistic director of Mariinsky, and they were just in the beginning of their rise. They were here in the city hall, not even the key people, not even the mayors, but they loved Mariinsky from the very beginning. And 12 years ago or 14 years ago, they would come and see some of performances, and they were young liberals with a promising future, but no one could guess they become most powerful people in the country. Everyone asks me, are you a friend of Mr. Putin? So, of course I know Mr. Putin. And I talked to him 2 days ago about something important, just purely important for the country. If I don't think it's important for the country, why should I take his time? He's busy with many, many other things.
I'm sorry I tortured you. I'm really sorry. I apologize myself for torturing musicians because, it's much easier to go through. Just go through. But I thought it was important to try a lot of detail. You think, well, it's not enough exciting. So you start to think, what is exciting? Or it's maybe not enough powerful, or maybe not enough colorful. So what is colorful? You paint during the concert. We then were 18 or 19 or 20 years old students. We didn't know if we end up conducting in the Mariinsky or Philharmonic Orchestra or Moscow Symphony or somewhere in the provinces of Soviet Union. What we learned here was that unless you love music, you can't succeed. Because if you don't have this love in your heart, how can you expect the others who sometimes come for the first time to the theater, to the concert hall, immediately feel this love? That's very difficult. So these great men, as well as the other professors, I think they knew that they inherited fantastic tradition. The devotion and concentration makes me a little bit more serious because I don't betray his first choice. And then people, all in all, trust me. I never knew I would be artistic director or music director. And forget about general director. Once it happened to me, all this information came together immediately. The history of this place. So it's going from one to another, generation to generation, and person to person, leader to leader, and so on. And if you wish, music director to music director to music director.